Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
What the hell?
What?
Let's do that again, because you two did that at the same time.
No, we didn't.
That's what I just heard.
I think your internet might be lagging.
Yeah.
Shit. Hold on.
Please keep this.
Oh well.
That
Okay.
was wonderful.
I turned my Wi-Fi off.
Okay, let's try this one more time. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we have a very good episode for you guys today. Listen, we took a little week off. Everybody had some things to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we're back. We're back. We promise. You know, just because we took a hiatus don't mean that, you know, we left. You know, it's not that.
No.
You know.
We're still here for you. And I mean, granted, we still have a lot of episodes for you to catch up on. So I hope you use that time wisely.
Exactly. Because like she said, we've had a lot of things going on. So, you know, there's plenty of episodes to go around. I mean, what is it, like 120 something?
Oh my
like,
God.
was
125
130
now.
something like that. It's like
We're at 125, guys. Holy moly.
Wow.
you know, so just saying, like, there's a lot for you to listen to if you want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can find us in the day one episode where we're cringy we are our cringy self.
I don't. Ooh, we've grown.
Yeah, we've grown. I don't think I can listen to those episodes. So
listen, high key, I listen to like some of our older ones just to laugh because honestly, to be truthfully honest, we were kind of brutal. Like some of those opinions. I mean, we're still a little, you know, we're still a little not brutal, but we're very honest now. But you know, back then we were kind of cutthroat. Some of the things we were saying, I was like, "Oh, child." But you know, it was still fun. It was still fun. But just like we did mention, we have 125 episodes. So you can find them all at linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. All of our links are there. You can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you listen to podcasts, you will be able to find us. So, you know, go ahead, tap in, and let's do this. Let's get to work, you know, because we've been talking about a lot, you know, interviews and, you know, doing all the things. So just letting y'all know, like, we just don't just sit here and just talk about power, like just random Power Ranger stuff. Like we do interviews too, you know, we do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just to let y'all know. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the show because I know y'all are probably like, well, what's the tea? What's going on? What's going on? So of course, you know, a whole bunch of conventions have been happening. Yes, even during COVID. And one of our very own, Will, went to a convention himself. What convention did you go to again?
I went to Go-Go Ranger Station. This is the second year. I went to the one last year as well. That was out here in Philly. Well, a little kind of outside of Philly. It's far out. It's near King of Prussia.
I'm sorry, baby. Nobody knows where that is.
if people from the East Coast, they probably know where it is.
Okay. Because I was
it's
like,
one of the King of
Philly.
Prussia's one of the largest malls in the country.
If you would have just said near Philly, I think people would have been like, okay, good.
Yeah,
but she's just like naming specific things, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, I do know what Will's talking about. It is actually one of the largest mall. It is a tourist spot. If you were to ever go to Philly, it has a little
Girl,
a little carnival inside too. It's pretty cool.
never been and never heard of her. I'm over here looking like Mariah Carey. I've never heard of her. I don't know her.
Oh my god.
Well, it was a cool experience. I got to meet Chance Perez from Dino
Power
Fury.
Rangers, Dino Fury. We finally got a name right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I stalled a little bit because I had to think about it, and then Kevin Duhaney from Dino Thunder, Ethan, and Rory Travis from Beast Morphers. And I got to tell him that we over here at Tribune on the Grid call him Devon and not Devin. So that was had a laugh about that.
Because he know what's up. He know that, that
right?
name is Devon and not Devin. He knows.
And what I find really, really, really cool though is that like, Will, what did you tell us? You said when you mentioned our names, what did they say?
He actually recognized, like, when I said Tribunal, he like finished my sentence. He was like, "Oh, I know who you are." And then
How
for
cool.
Kevin, but yeah, it was a pretty cool experience. It was it's a really small con. It reminded me a lot of my experience at MorphaCon 2 all the way back in 2010. But it was fun. There were a bunch of cosplayers. Obviously. You get to see that on my Instagram page. It was fun. We did a Battle for the Grid tournament. They had the tournament for the Heroes of the Grid game as well. Power Rangers Unworthy. The cast from Power Rangers Unworthy were there, and they did a performance. They did like a martial arts sequence, and then they had a fight, a live fight with the Arbiter. That was really cool. The reaction when the Arbiter came out was like people were shocked. That was so cool.
That's what's up. That's really freaking cool that like literally Power Rangers Unworthy is like a thing, Like
I know.
It's like legit a real thing.
Yeah.
Over the week I was looking at some of the the views for their videos, and like I think episode 3 has like over 5 million views cumulatively, all like for all the episodes. And the opening, they have like I think like 14 million views altogether. That's crazy.
That is freaking wonderful. I mean, they're doing great work.
They are.
They
are doing magic.
They're doing such fabulous work. Yeah. So, they're getting credit where credit is due. And to think that literally this whole thing was spawned from literally just a contest at Power Morphicon. Like, that is wild to think that this whole series was just spawned from something so simple. But I got to meet big ups go to them.
I got to meet Jordan again. That was cool.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, let's just listen. Jordan is the homie. I love Jordan so much. That is always gonna be the homie. But I swear that mug, I have to know his secret. How does he get his butt so big? I've been working on it. Wow. Listen, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm trying to get where he at for for PMC. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm trying to get where he at. Because listen, I'm gonna bust out my Aisha cosplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do my Aisha cosplay from Power Rangers the movie. So I already got it. I got my little shorts with my my white,
Nice.
my white hoodie. So, I'm gonna do it up. I'm gonna do it.
But you're gonna be so
and,
warm.
Oh, girl, I'm not wearing that hoodie outside. I'm wearing that thing on the inside, child, and I may even take it off.
Oh my God.
Just put that thing on just long enough just to take that picture and go.
Right? Or another thing you can do is get an oversized white tee, just chop off the sleeves and with a hoodie. You know the ones with the hoodie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you could do that too, actually. Get another one.
Be on take on it.
Yeah.
Girl,
and a cooler option.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh no, listen, I've thought of a lot of things to make sure that I'm good. So I'm just like, listen, I ain't no fool. I most certainly ain't no fool. But I was like, I'm gonna be cute with my little cosplay, but I'm just saying, like, the doll has been working on her ass. You know what I'm saying? And I just need to figure out how Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is he getting these cakes? Because I need, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and go to the same bakery. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the same cakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. That's all. That's all. That's all I need to know. That's all. But
what I wanted to say before we move on is going back to what you were saying about Jordan's project, initially started from like a PMC like contest, right? It goes to show you how far your dreams can go as long as you put in your effort and your dreams and all of that. Like just put it all there, and put it all on the line. And you never know. You really never know. Look at Jordan today. Power Rangers Unworthy is a real thing. And other Rangers actually recognize them as real Rangers, as they should.
Yeah.
As they should, So
the fact that people really like actual actors and everybody is like recognizing them and being like, they're legit. Like they're really cool. It's like, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Like David Yost and Jordan are like always tagging each other and stuff, which is like, oh my God, that is so cool.
That's
so the fact that the original Billy is like, like, I like you. It's like, yes.
Right. So that goes to show, never give up on your dreams, guys. It's never too big.
Never too big. That's actually the thing that you should always be thinking about.
Yeah.
Don't go for the little small ones. Go big. Like,
go big.
Go big on your dreams, y'all. Go big on your dreams. But with that being
real
said,
quick, one more thing. I wanted to give a shout out to the lady that started the con, Go Ranger Station, Lady J. She's a cosplayer that's out here in Philly. Very cool Black woman, Power Rangers fan, nerd, and she was able to start her own convention and did it 2 years in a row. So, Lady J,
that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
That is legit amazing. Like, look at that. Dream big, guys.
Black woman magic. Dream big. Dream big. Yes, come on, Black girl magic. We love that.
Dream big and get yourself some cakes.
Okay. Dream big. I'm looking at you, ass. I'm looking at you. Dream big.
Right? Dream big.
Gotta get you together. Dream big. Okay? But as we are trying to, okay? Listen, we are all out here trying to, reimagine, our futures and, dream big, and trying to be more successful. But in terms of actually, being successful and, doing big things. So another con happened this weekend, San Diego Comic-Con. And a certain person that you guys may remember is actually doing fantastic and very big things and is dreaming big. And, this is going to be the recurring thing for this episode. I'm pretty sure. She's doing big things, despite the fact that she, left the brand several years ago, actually. So I'm pretty sure y'all remember the name Melissa Flores, right?
Yes.
So, right. So Melissa Flores, if you do not know, was the former director of Power Rangers development and production at All Spark Pictures and a subsidiary of Hasbro. Oh my God, I cannot read or talk. And the director of Power Rangers content at Saban Brands. She was also the director and one of the writers for Power Rangers Hyperforce, and she appeared in the Hyperforce villain special, portraying as Porsandra. And she also did some voice acting for Battle of the Grid as Cat Minx and Gia, right? So Homegirl, was doing all the things. And, January 2020, she announced that she was leaving Hasbro. So we're all thinking, what's going on? What's going on? Now, mind you, this all came around about the same time as her and there's another gentleman. I can't remember his name. What was his name? He also
Jason
used to work for...
Bischoff.
Thank you. There we go. Oh, his name slipped. Jason Bischoff, he also left around about the same time. And everybody was like, oh my God, what is going on? Now, both of them probably left for like different reasons, obviously. But they all left. And she is now back as, and the thing is, Melissa started out as a comic book writer and things like that. We did a fabulous interview with her over at No Pink Spandex. So I'm not sure if that interview is out. Yeah, it should be out already. So go listen to it. But she stated in her interview that she's always been writing, and she started out doing fan fiction. And basically, so she knows, and plus, like, let's be very clear, she worked on the show, so she knows everything. Like, Homegirl knows all of the things about Power Rangers. So there's no secrets, there's no secrets, or anything that she just doesn't know. Like, she would be the perfect person to, be having her hands on the show. The reason why I'm bringing her name up, however, is because Melissa, now I'm pretty sure all of us know about the road to 100 with the comics and Ryan Parrott leaving and all that stuff. She will be taking over as the lead writer for Power Rangers 101. What do you guys think about that?
I think that this is pretty exciting, and I think it'll be a good move because she's been passionate about the brand for a long time, and she was one of the people, when they first started the comics, over on some Saban brands that really, like really had a passion for that too. Like she just loves the brand, so she knows all of us are really pulling for some good things, and I think that she's going to be working like really hard to give that to us. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. What do you think, Lena?
I'm super excited. Like I think I really liked her before from what I remember our conversations on it. And the fact that she left, I remember it was kind of like sad for everyone. But the fact that she's back and she has a lot of knowledge, I'm excited to see where this is gonna go for her. And for us, for
Mm-hmm.
the fandom, like there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
changes, and I'm very excited to see what those changes are, like in terms of like going forward, right? Because I know these projects are coming out. She's obviously been announced, and like I don't know. Like I'm excited to see what Hasbro has to do and has to offer with this newly found, new fully gained franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% with that. I mean, it's like, this whole Ryan Parrott did such a phenomenal job
Yeah.
with building this entire world and, bringing us so far.
Yeah.
And with somebody like Melissa, who's been, working on the show, like doing all these things with the actual show itself.
Yeah.
And exactly. And now turning around, I mean, she was even one of the producers on Beast Morphers. I
Yeah.
mean, she's done so much with the franchise and behind the scenes with the
Yeah.
franchise. So, just to know that she's going to be like going forward the lead writer for Power Rangers in going into this new era called Recharge. After during issue 101, this is going to be extremely interesting, and I'm very excited. Like you said, like I'm also very excited to
Yeah.
see, where that goes.
Yeah.
Now, let's also, let's keep it pushing because like that's not just the only thing that's going to be
Oh.
new
So
in
much.
Miss Issue 101, honey. So a certain somebody is also coming back with a new look, honey. And child, I'm not even gonna hold you. I wish I would have seen this earlier because I would have tried to cosplay as this. So Rita is coming back with a new look, and the name is Mistress Vile. What is the tea? What is the tea? What do y'all think about this look? It is giving. It is giving.
Um, it reminds me of. I feel like in Power Rangers, maybe like 2 years ago, she had a
Mm-hmm.
similar look
Mm-hmm.
from one of the flashback sequences. So it looks like it's maybe like a take on that. It looks really cool. She's wearing pants instead of the long dress. So I'm assuming she's going to be like fighting. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my assumption, which would be really cool to see.
I would love to see her
Um,
fight. Like actually
mm,
put the paws on them instead of just like, I'm gonna make my monster growl and
mm,
throwing
mm,
down that freaking scepter every
mm,
5 minutes. Like let's actually see her like, pull some stunts like
mm,
2017 Rita did and whoop some ass,
mm, yeah. And we see that her name is going to be Mistress Vile, and we already know that her father is Master Vile. So I'm wondering what. How do I want to say this? So we know that currently the comics are set in season 2, and it's an alternate season 2 because in some of the newer um issues, they have done some things that did not happen in season 2, like totally far off. Like they did some things that happened in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, and I always say this, I believe it's a direct result of what happened in Shattered Grid. It changed the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering how Mistress Vile is going to work in terms of the timeline from like the TV show. So I wonder if is she going to be the replacement for Master Vile, like in their version of season 3, if they do go that far.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll be the one that comes in instead of Master Vile. I just thought of that. So that would be like that'll be cool, and it'll be cool to see if they do another time jump.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I really do want to see I want to see the Ninja Rangers, and I want to see like the Ninja Zords and like season 3 stuff.
It's funny that you even say that because let's also be very clear. There were some things in the most recent comic that really alluded to some future season 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm sitting here like, okay, now we're talking about some things that happen in our TV show timeline in season 3, kind of alluding to those things. So I'm like, with this Mistress Vile coming in, you know what I'm saying? Are we doing that's a good point. Are we doing a time jump? Because this really does kind of sound like we're gonna start touching some things that happened more so in season 3, and not really dealing with season 2 territory anymore. And also too, I'm also sitting here kind of confused because remember, Clay Rita, because there was the Super Putty Rita,
Mm-hmm.
she never died. So she out here running through the streets like a Tomb Raider. What is she doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is she? And I'm sitting here like, is she still alive? Is she dead? What's going on? Nobody ever addressed her since, the Z Rangers, I guess, Goldar, Babu Squad, Evil Rita, all of them, since they lost their powers, no one knows where they went. No one knows where Rita went. So is she Mistress Vile? Like, I'm wondering. It kind of got me, wondering who she is. Kind of got me wondering.
And we're seeing that they're going back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as the title of the book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 101. And if anybody noticed on the variant covers for Mighty Morphin and for Power Rangers, they still have been counting the number of issues that have been going on, and still calling it Mighty Morphin for the variant covers, so it all like lines up.
Yep. So, we shall see, what is given because, as we've seen, it's becoming a thing. Like we're about to start. It does kind of feel like we're about to start going a lot further than just sitting here in season 2. I think we're going to probably hit, probably season 3 territory because, in one of the variants as well, there is a picture of a face that it doesn't have a body. It just looks like a very evil smiling creature, and it says evil never sleeps. So it's giving real Dark Spectre, honey. So Dark Spectre may or because we do know Dark Spectre was in the comics with the Die Ranger suits, the Die Ranger comics, whatever. What was it? The Masters, the ring, oh gosh, words are escaping me. Morphin Masters. There we go. The ones who used the Die Ranger suits. He was one of the main villains in that storyline. So we do know that Dark Spectre is coming back. So this is gonna be interesting. Like 101 is going to definitely be interesting. So I'm excited to see what is given. But I forgot, Lena, what is your opinion on, because we just went on a whole tirade, but what is your opinion on her suit, like on her outfit? Is it given for you?
She looks snatch. I'm so excited to see what she's gonna bring. Like, she looks so snatch. I'm not loving the name, but you know what?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not loving the name. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's kind of giving me like like kind of a Void Knight vibe or Void Queen vibe. Is very. It's not.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's not like a
not
wow.
original.
Yeah. Yeah. So, where Rita is obviously much more of a original, Lord Zed is more original. So it's not like, what do they call them now? What's her name now? For the new series.
Oh, Mistress Vile.
Yeah. Not really. And it's such a long name too. So I just feel like, can you imagine? Like, kind of like, it's kind of like when you're saying it, it's almost like me picturing the Rangers waiting for her to finish saying her name. Kind of like how the villain watches the Rangers morph. It just takes so long. You're like, okay, are you done? It's giving me, it's giving me that vibe. It's like, hello, I'm Mistress. Wait, what's her name again? I'm so sorry.
Mistress Vile.
Oh my god. Do you see what I mean? It's not I don't know. The name I'm not loving, but the suit she's snatching. I'm excited to see what she's gonna bring, what destruction she's gonna bring to this new world of ours. And I'm really hoping that she gives Lord Dragon a run for his money.
Listen, with them
Why you
platform ankle
mention
boots she
him?
got on.
What?
Why'd you mention him? Lord Dragon?
I guess because like everyone's like, oh, Lord Dragon's so cool. He's such a good villain, and like and because he's part
Okay,
of
I
like the
got you.
comic series, right? And like the fact that he
Mm.
actually ended the world in one of the series, it's like holy shit. Um,
Mhm.
so I guess where like I felt like he is definitely, as much as I don't love Tommy, Lord Dragon was a really good villain. It it made me scared for the Rangers. And then the fact that it got to a point in the storyline where the Rangers physically couldn't do anything anymore. And he did actually destroy so many of them. So many dimensions were ruined. So it's like it gives you a real terror, like that real fear. And I miss that. I miss that, like the fact that we're so grown now and like being able to have that fear again. It's good.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you're right. I mean, we haven't had a villain that has matched that energy since Lord Draken. And I think that that's what made Lord Draken so powerful and just such a dynamic villain in
Yeah.
the comic universe. I agree 100%. I too would love to see Mistress Vile be on that level and just completely just wreak havoc
Yeah.
and like just completely end the world or like
Yeah.
turn Angel Grove into a freaking crater or something.
Yeah,
And
so
then
yeah,
Mhm.
and then the Rangers have to like figure something out, and
exactly.
save everyone. So
Yeah.
I would love to see something crazy like that happen. I
Mhm.
agree, Luna.
Yeah. So that's why I brought him up because when you think about the comics, the first thing I thought of
Okay.
is Lord Dragon because like he's just so, and it's not like I know how much everyone's waiting for me to kind of talk smack. This is actually a compliment to that villain because of how like how destructive he was, and even up until like the new series that we're still currently reading, where he's still such a big prominent step of that, where like they fear him so much that they make sure that he's under control, or at least they try to, and turns out they got play again. And now we have these like crazy people out here ripping Rangers apart and all that shit. So he's definitely one to remember.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree with that.
initially I was thinking you were talking about her being able to take him in a fight. I'm like, wait, who said he's coming back? But I got you. I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like there haven't been, at least not from our established Power Rangers villains, there hasn't really been anybody that's really been a threat because I don't feel like Zed has really been
No,
this whole time.
no. I think if you want to talk about,
I think the best thing with
sorry, what I was gonna say, like I think when it comes to the TV series, for me personally, would probably be Vengex.
Yeah, yeah, I
the
agree.
I think with the the comic version of Zed, the real crux of his stuff has been his backstory more so than him actually being a threat. Because he hasn't really been much of a threat. He's been getting uh like he just hasn't been doing much. I
Do
remember he
you
got
think
juiced
that?
up with the gut.
Do you think that his that him actually not doing anything? Do you think that his backstory actually hindered him from being able to like for us to be able to see him actually be evil? Do you think that hindered it in at all, or do you
No, I don't.
just think that his story just they just didn't show him actually being diabolical?
That,
Yeah, that.
yeah,
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 the
yeah. I
second
don't think that the backstory has anything to do with it. They just haven't. He hasn't really done much. Like
one.
they juiced him up with the chaos energy, and that really didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they
Like
built
he
up
what,
so much.
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was very interesting that they did that and really didn't do anything with it this whole time. He's been around now for what, like 2 years,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
and
he
he ain't do
still,
shit.
yeah, he still got the green chaos energy running through his veins because it's still every time they draw him, he's still green. So it's not like the energy went anywhere. It's just he's still like he's just lame, like he's just doing nothing. Like
Mm,
what are we doing here? Like why are we here? Um, which is unfortunate because I think that Zed, at least in season two, before he, obviously married Rita, was a lot more conniving. And, he did a lot of just things that mentally fucked with the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a lot of underhanded, just like things that were like really going after personal things with them. Not so much just, oh, I'm gonna send down a monster that is, part parakeet, that has two heads and, or a monkey that can, or whatever. Like he never did any of that. Like his thing was, I am going to do things like I'm going to attack the Rangers in their personal, like in their personal lives, or like do or like turn things into monsters that the Rangers care about, kind of a thing. Um, and I just feel like I didn't really see Zed really do much of that in the comics. Other than like I do remember that one where he turned one of the rabbits at Trini's daycare into a monster and almost,
no
hurt the
way.
kids at the daycare. But I mean, other than that, I mean, he really didn't do anything crazy or anything that was, that was like, oh my God, like the Rangers are in trouble, or like it's something personal to them. Like he really didn't do that in the comics. I think Rita was actually a lot more formidable than Zed is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would agree.
that's actually really interesting that, that's a thing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's something that might be explored going forward, I guess, question mark. I don't know. Um, but yeah, yeah, I actually see where y'all are coming from with that. I actually see that. But Melissa, well, I mean, I think she do call herself Misty though. But Melissa Flores, actually, not only is she doing, this comic, she is also partnering with a specific person who we also know from Power Rangers Hyperforce, who goes by the name Strawberry 17, or as we know her, Megan Camarina.
Yes.
Um, I knew Lena would be like, "Oh my god!" And her and Megan will be partnering together, and they will be writing Radiant Pink. Now, Radiant Pink is a part of a overall comic that a writer that we all know from the jump, who did Power Rangers back, who did the very first Power Ranger comics with Boom. Um, I just blanked on his name. What was his name? What was the first
Al
writer?
Higgins.
Cal Higgins. There we go. Cal Higgins. So Cal Higgins created Radiant Black. And now it's a whole anthology series that has several different Radiant warriors. I guess they have a Radiant Yellow, Radiant Pink, Radiant Black, Radiant Red. And also there's Rogue Sun, which is also being written by Ryan Parrott. And all of these characters are now one big team. So Radiant Pink will be written by Melissa Flores and Megan Camarena. What do you think about that? That is exciting. I actually am more excited about Radiant Pink than Radiant Black.
I'm very excited. I feel like whatever Megan touches, it always turns out to be so good. So I'm excited for this.
I
I
think
agree.
I think it's cool. I have. It's hard to like get into other comics just because I love these Power Rangers comics, but sometimes I need to be like in the mood to read them. So like getting into other ones is kind of hard, but I definitely have wanted to get into Kyle's books, I definitely will eventually. So it's cool that they to hear that it has a like a big like world that's building with it. So this is exciting to hear, and it's going to be nice to have a good, healthy like catalog to choose from the stories later on. So it's cool to hear. And then Melissa's getting more experience with some published work, so that's great.
That is amazing. I'm so excited. Like, I listen, I am just really excited for the fact that Melissa is getting her things. It's so exciting because I know how hard that woman worked, and just the fact that she has been trying to push for certain things in the fandom for so long, and kept getting hit with no, and kept having doors slammed in her face in terms of like pushing certain things and trying to get certain things done, and to know that okay, she is finally being able to like really do the things that she wants. And I know she's going to take not only my Power Rangers comic, but Radiant Pink, and she's gonna like just go balls to the wall, like just go hard and just kill it. Like I just know she is. So I'm excited. I am really excited. So yeah, I mean, Radiant Black is a pretty good comic, but I'm really excited to see what she does with Radiant Pink. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, so we just gonna go ahead and keep the ball rolling because I mean that's what we do. So, of course, there were some other things that happened um, at San Diego Comic Con because obviously, now here's the tea, right? So I know we just talked about Power Rangers and the comics and all of that stuff. Fans were actually there are a lot of fans on Twitter. Now, of course, we always talk about the Twitter girls because we all know the Twitter girls be talking and they be barking loud, honey. The Twitter girls, Twitter daughters, were on Twitter just basically saying, Power Rangers had no representation. There was nothing going on. And because of that, Power Rangers is dead.
Uh,
The girls are overreacting because there wasn't a promo for the second half of Dino Fury, or There wasn't, there wasn't anything about the new Power Rangers universe, even though Jonathan it was so basically trolled them, and a lot of them didn't get the joke. But um, they were mad that there was no Power Ranger universe news, and a lot of people were upset, thinking that Power Rangers didn't really have a presence at San Diego Comic-Con. And we just got finished talking about this news with the new comics and everything. And also, and I forgot to mention also, Ryan Perry is still technically working on Power Rangers because he's teaming up. Him and Dan Moore are also going to be doing Power Rangers versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're continuing that story, so that's also
That's
exciting.
super exciting. Yeah.
That is super exciting because that first story was phenomenal.
Right.
That was a great story. So they're continuing that story. So Power Rangers definitely had a presence at San Diego Comic-Con, but it wasn't the presence that people wanted. What do you all think about that? Like, do you think that it was a bust for Power Rangers at San Diego Comic-Con, or did you think that there was still a presence?
I want to be clear because I'm not sure. Was all of this news about Boom at San Diego Comic Con?
Yes, indeed, it was.
Okay. So I mean, they had that. That means something. And traditionally, Comic Con used to be about comics. So
Used to
I
be.
was
Ugh.
yeah, I'm happy that we got that. But I can understand, that's a big platform, a huge platform to make announcements about Power Rangers, but I think Power Rangers is still trying to, or Hasbro is trying to get Power Rangers back to a level where you would have big announcements at somewhere that big, and they're not there yet. I think we'll hopefully get something at Morphicon.
Well, for one, the fact that there's even any news at San Diego Comic Con, like, guys, San Diego Comic Con is such a big con that, like, I'm surprised Power Rangers even made it in there. Like, this is not a shade. Like, this is like being legit. Like, what are you complaining about? The fact that all this news came up from from San Diego Comic Con is huge. That's huge for the
Yeah.
franchise. And it's not because of the 2017 movie either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, baby
Yeah.
step, guys, baby step.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's one of those things where I just feel like at the end of the day, we have to recognize that Hasbro is doing things a lot differently than how Saban did with Power Rangers because that's all Saban had. So, Saban was doing all these things to try to keep Power Rangers in the forefront, but even then, you know, it was like we saw obviously that it was in vain because it didn't go anywhere, obviously. So, the fact that Hasbro they're taking their time and they're really putting out things and really digging into things that they know for sure that will work. And they're pitching and pushing out things and they're very calculated with what they're putting out. And I love the fact, honestly, me personally, I love the fact that they're being so secretive and they're not giving us like a whole ass drop of news. Like, like I'm actually glad that they're not, because I need suspense. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to feel like, okay, if something happens, if they release this news, that means that it's huge. Like this is a big thing. Because honestly, as far as the toys go, that whole listing of the Lightning Collection, that has been released already. So there's no surprises here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no surprises. Toys are popping up all over Indonesia and Malaysia and all these other places. So there are no surprises. I mean, they did, you know, bring up the whole Tommy, the metallic armored White Ranger. They did, release that and was like, hey, that's available. Hey, see, here's Tommy with his Malaysian tresses. But we've seen her already. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already seen her like weeks ago. So, you know, it's one of those situations where it's just like Lena said, we be patient. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly feel like because Hasbro hasn't said anything about, anything at all about Power Rangers, or they're being so tight-lipped that, they're going months and months without saying anything at all, that's giving a lot of anxiety to a lot of these fans. Like they are, a lot of them, especially some of the ones who are depending on content and depending on things to talk about because that is what they do. Because there are some content creators from that do Power Rangers that this is what they do. And because they don't have anything to report, now there's a huge anxiety wave going on. Exactly. So the girls are starving, honey. They're starving. And it's like, damn, what, like we need to talk about something. We need to talk about something. And honestly, I do kind of feel like that's the reason why we getting all this fake news flying around here, because people ain't got nothing to talk about. But anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. But at the end of the day, they're coming with news. They're gonna release things. They're gonna do things. We just have to be patient. We have to just let them do what they're gonna do. Unfortunately, like I said, the toys are already, they're gonna get released regardless, and that it is what it is. And honestly, we already talked about it 2 weeks ago, but we've already gotten, unfortunately, some spoilers from from Power Rangers Dino Fury from the next upcoming episodes. So we've already gotten spoiled with that. So, let's just kind of just see where things go and, go from there. Honestly, like, let's just chill out. But um as we've seen, like as I mentioned, obviously, um there was the White Ranger being introduced, but also there is the Zord Ascension program, aka Zap, Dragon Zord, that was also introduced. And what do you think? I mean, it has the pop-up cockpit, which is in his head, just like in the TV show. Has the little fake missiles being launched out the hands. He's chromed out. He's real shiny. He can combine with the Zap Megazord. What do you think about him? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's a win? Or do you think it's a chop?
It's pretty, but I am all. I'm all Megazorded out. And how many damn Dragon Zords and Megazords do we need at this point? Damn. I'm over it. But it looks nice, though.
Oh goodness, that was funny. But I mean, honestly, I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, if big homie,
$132. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, it's $132, y'all.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I saw the price.
Fucking money.
I saw the price and I was like, I don't really select toys, to be honest with you. But for $137 plus tax plus shipping, I can do a lot
Oh
of
my
money with that.
God,
I
I
can pay
forgot
some
about
bills
that.
with that. I could buy myself a couple
Right.
meals with that. I could be eating real nice.
Right.
I could get a couple Ubers with that. Like, ah,
Just
Right.
saying.
Right. A
like
couple Ubers.
a
Yeah,
few.
it's not even as it's not even as nice as some of well, maybe not super recent, but I forgot how to say it. It's like the soul of
The
something.
Chogokin.
Yeah, and those are
Yeah.
really
Those
articulated
are
and
beautiful.
nice and chrome. Now I could see
Yeah.
that being that. I think that those are actually more than this. I could see that,
Hmm.
but like, man, no, I'm okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, they're I can see that they actually are trying. They're trying
Yeah, yeah.
to, they're trying to give us something we can feel, something we can use. You know what I'm saying? And they're really trying to be overly articulate. Because these Zords actually can like legit move. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a lot of articulation, and that's one of the main feats about the Zord Ascension program is that not only are they combinable, but you can pose them, you can do all the things with them, as opposed to the original ones. And honestly, that's also another huge thing to note because that's why the Don Brothers um big Megazord thing, they kind of stole that from Hasbro, because their Megazord toy is also has all these like articulations and all of that now because all before these toys never had them. These Zords never had them. You could just combine them and that's it. They just stood there looking like a lump on a log. But now you can pose them and you can do all the things. And so yeah, this is a huge thing. And yeah, $132 is a lot, but it does come with some articulation, with a lot of articulation. That you can combine them, you can do all the things. So but I do agree. I'm not getting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. But for the girls that wanna get it, go for it. I mean, there are some pros to match the cons. There are definitely some pros. So, you know, for anyone who do wants to get it, I'm like, go for it. But yeah, I will say, as far in terms of just the actual look and everything, it just looks so cheap. Like, does it look cheap to you? Because
It
I
looks
don't
cheap.
know. Maybe it's the lighting or something,
Could be.
but it just looks so plasticky, especially when
Right.
it combines with the Dino Megazord. Like it just looks ugh. The only thing that's really nice is the gold on the Dragon Zord. Now that is very nice. I will give it that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm just
Yeah. We don't like I said before, we have seen better renditions of this. So it's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we have. Um, but yeah, there's been some other things that we've seen better. For example, we also have a pencil holder in the head of the dragon of the Green Ranger. What do you think about that?
Oh my God. What is that? I saw that and I was like, no, this is getting ridiculous. Ridiculous. I will repeat that for the ladies in the back. This is ridiculous. And
It's not given.
did you not see how much it was?
It's not given to you.
Nah, nah, that's an expensive pencil holder.
Listen. They said that they are trying really hard to really pimp out this pencil holder. And, you know, like, they're trying. They are trying. They are trying to give the girls something they can feel, something they can use, honey.
I
But
can give you
honestly, though,
something to feel and to use.
What the hell?
That's worth your money.
What the? That was filthy. Wow.
oh, that was great. That was great. This is why we're friends. Because that was wonderful. Thank you.
You know, for that price, I can give you something else.
What is why? I mean, you know what? I can't even say why. Like it, there's somebody that'll buy it.
Well, yes. Someone will definitely
mm,
buy this, someone will buy it. Someone will definitely buy it. And
I'm not
probably
that
will buy
someone.
more than one.
I'm not me.
Probably will buy more than one. But child, like it's just so weird to me. I mean, it's just like the top of the head comes off. Like that is weird to me. $60? $60?
$60 for a goddamn pencil holder. What the hell? They
What
tripping.
the $60? Oh, child, this is. Mm-mm. But hey, like you said, like we said before about the Dragon Zord, somebody will buy it. Somebody will buy it. So hey now. Um, but I will say the one thing that I actually was a little more impressed with was the new Power Ranger model kits from Flame Toys. I think they're pretty cute. So they're the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, obviously. Um, and they're just new model figures. And that's really the most I can say about them, other than, they're just the
and
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again.
didn't we just get those? I mean, of course they're from a different company, but we just got those Shadow Jew Rangers, which is basically, I guess, this. I'm not sure. These look small. I'm not sure the scale of these, but it's like, damn.
Yeah, they do look small. They do look pretty small. They do. They do.
Like, stop making Mighty Morphin toys. It's
Well,
too
here's the
much. There's
thing.
so many of them. God.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody wants to buy the other one.
Well, I know.
Nobody wants to buy the other girls. I mean, and it sucks because it's like I agree. I want them to move away from Mighty Morphin so bad. Like I just want them to move away from it and never come back. But they won't, because that's what sells. Like that's what it gives. The girls love Mighty Morphin, whether they hate seeing it or not. There's a market for it, and they're going to continue to cater to that market. Um, so the fans got to understand. You got to talk with that dollar. Talk with the dollar. They're not going to listen to you and say, "Oh, we're going to just start focusing on other seasons," unless the dollar starts talking. It is what it is. And that's the sad part, because I would love to see them move on from something else, move on to a whole complete different season, other than just pimping out MMPR over and over and over and over and over again. But yeah, so that was pretty much all of the Power Ranger action at San Diego Comic Con. Now, of course, there were other things that happened at San Diego Comic-Con. A whole bunch of different movie releases. Marvel had their phase 5. Their whole phase 5 list has been released. There were whole lot of trailers that were shown. Anything popped out from San Diego Comic Con that kind of tickled your fancy, or any room or anything that you heard that was just like, ooh, I'm interested in that.
The Marvel stuff, and I haven't even like fully gone into all of it. I feel like I will eventually, but that stuff is pretty exciting.
Okay. Have you seen the trailer for Black Panther?
Yeah, that's really
No, not
cool.
yet. I've been hearing things, but I have
Oh,
not
you haven't
seen it.
seen it. Okay. I'm not gonna say nothing yet. I'm not gonna say nothing about the trailer. What about you, Lena? Did you hear anything or see anything
No.
from San Diego Comic Con?
Well,
Ooh,
other than like, are you talking about like Power Rangers Y or just like?
just in general.
Oh, okay, I saw the introduction to more of the different faces from MCU, so that was very interesting.
Mhm.
Um, I I think that's the only thing I kind of got out of it. Just the MCU universe. Wanda, no, who is it? Wanda is voicing her own character on What If, not Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen. That was pretty cool. Obviously, everyone's speculating who's gonna be the new Black Panther. I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm yeah, like I think I'm just overall like I'm just excited for all the new projects that are coming out and see what's gonna happen. I know people are like, "Oh, this just seems so boring." Blah blah blah. I don't know. Fans, they be too much sometimes. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
agree
agree.
with that. People are complaining about the current phase, and it's like, can they like really formulate it first and really get it? But like, just wait and see. Like, I think some of the something else that I'm looking forward to is the Return of Daredevil, because I enjoyed those
Yeah.
seasons that were on Netflix. I have not completed it. Looking
Oh,
forward to.
what
I
is
think
wrong
I
with
only
you?
have to. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Like I don't know what the hell happened. Like at some point during one of the hiatuses, I just like stopped, and then I didn't go back when it came back on. And then they took it off. So I've got to get access to Disney Plus, so I can finish them. But I'm definitely going to do that. I I really liked those series, and I felt it was so crazy that they canceled all of them from Netflix. But I'm assuming they had bigger plans, and that's why they did that. I'm assuming, but I'm really excited to have Daredevil back, and it's the same actor, Charlie Cox, and we've seen a
His
bunch of
fine
people.
ass. Woo!
We've
Lord.
seen a bunch of people from his show that have been brought back as well. I do not know how to say this man's name, his real name, but the guy that plays Wilson Fisk. He used to be on one of
Mm-hmm.
the Law and Orders back in the day. Um, he's back, and I heard that they're going to bring the guy that played Foggy back. Um, I don't know if it's going to be in the show or if it's something else, but just to see these characters again is cool because I don't like the way that they ended it. Um, it just felt abrupt. It felt like there were more stories to tell, but I guess they see that and they're going to give him another opportunity. So I'm excited about that. And like Lena said, just to have a full calendar of the next phase, I guess was it phase 5 and 6?
Just phase 5.
Yeah.
Just phase 5. All right. So that's like another a few year like for the next I guess decade. Like that's it'll be interesting to see if they're able to stay with those timelines because stuff happens.
Yeah.
like the last 2 years. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
And the crazy part is with Daredevil, they're talking about 18 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
18 episodes. Like that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
18 episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what blew me. When I heard that they were going to do 18 episodes, I was like, "Oh, shut up. Like this is wild."
Yeah, and
So, yeah.
that's interesting because that's a tall order there. And I have different
Mhm.
thoughts about that because I'm so used to 8 to 10, on these streaming services these days. And, of course, I come from a time where we had 22 to 24 episodes. And as I became an adult, I'm realizing that's a lot of episodes to get through when you have a job and you want to have a social life or you want to go to sleep. That's a lot of shit to watch. So, 18. Because sometimes I feel like the 8 to 10 isn't enough because I love it so much. But 18, whew, I hope that they don't get too much filler in there because that's another good thing about having less episodes. You get straight to the point. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's one of those things that's like, if you tell it right, you could probably really like do some really cool shit. But also if you start putting in filler, that's when it becomes like, okay, we can do without this. Like it doesn't have to be 18 episodes. So yeah, I can agree with that. One of the things that I am really excited for, because like I actually did see a lot of the stuff from that they presented. And one I did see the Black Panther trailer. I saw the Shazam trailer, which I enjoyed. Like I freaking loved the Shazam trailer. Like I love the first movie. So to see the new trailer and everything, and just kind of see what they're the kind of the premise of like where they're gonna go with it, and I was just so excited. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see this movie and to see what it's given. I'm really excited to see it. Um, Now I will say one of the things for me that I saw for phase 5 is the fact that they were definitely gonna they're one of the things that is in the list is Blade. Blade has a special place in my heart because as a kid, like I used to love Blade. Blade is like one of my like top-notch favorite movies. Like I love Blade. Wesley Snipes was like my hero. You know what I'm saying? Like Wesley Snipes was the shit. Um, so and of course, like obviously he won't be playing Blade in this new adaptation, but I am excited to see, what they're gonna do with him. I'm really excited to see. So, you know, I'm just excited for the new phase in general. And just to kind of see what they do with it. Um, Anything else you anybody want to add before we go or anything like that?
I'm good.
I think I said everything.
Yeah, because I mean, like Power Rangers didn't really have like a huge presence, but there was definitely a presence. So, we did have some things going on. There was some news. So, it was cute. So I'm excited for Power Rangers. Oh, I knew there was one more thing. So, a lot of the girls, this is before we go, um, speaking of Dino Fury, because we did mention Dino Fury earlier. Dino Fury has not been reported to be season 2 coming back on in August. It has not been stated that it's coming back in August. We do not know if it's going to be if it's going to come back in September either. It's one of those things where they did say the fall. So just so that everybody knows and just so that everybody is aware, there was a meetings call that happened as of recently. And during that Hasbro meetings call, basically, there is a positive, there's the uptick in sales with Power Rangers have went up. And they did mention that new episodes of season 2 of Dino Fury will be airing in 2022, but there was no date, which is obvious. We obviously know that this is a thing. So as of right now, we really don't know when it's coming back. We don't have a date. It's just, it is what it is. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that, they were wrong for doing that? Like, they should be giving us a date? Like, what do you think?
I feel like by them not giving us a date is doing exactly what Starbucks does with misspelling our names. They're getting us talking. They are advertising without advertising. It's almost genius. And watch, they're gonna drop it the next day. It'd be hilarious.
And I was thinking that. I was actually thinking that. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if all of a sudden we were just sitting around like, oh yeah, there's nothing to do. And then all of a sudden, randomly, out of nowhere, you just wake up and there's like, oh, the second half of Power Rangers Dino Fury is on Netflix. And it's like, excuse me? Just so random. I would gag, but I would love it. But I would gag. How do you feel about it, Will?
I'm used to it. Same old, same old. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we're going to get it soon, but it's just, I'm used to being disappointed when it comes to the lack of news. So it's just not a surprise. They definitely should be giving us this damn information because they probably have already figured it out by now. But like I said, they always do it. So that's whatever.
Yeah, you're right. But with that being, whatever is the perfect way to end this on. But whatever. But what's not whatever? This podcast. So if you enjoyed what you heard and you have any opinions or anything that you would like to add or anything like that, you can always drop it down in the comment section. Definitely let us know what you think about the episode. Let us know what you think about everything that we talked about. Because there's some exciting things that are happening. So definitely let us know what you think. Like I said, our link is linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. All of our links are there. Definitely hit us up. Let us know what you guys think and let us know if you enjoy the show. Once again, my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.